If we got a show for you. Lil Sean.
Drop.
Broccoli, celery, gotta be VeggieTales. Lima beans, collard greens, peachy keen, VeggieTales. Cauliflower, sweet and sour, half an hour, VeggieTales. VeggieTales, VeggieTales, it's time for VeggieTales. Throwback.
Hi, everyone.
Hey.
I'm Michael Ruffino.
And I'm Liz Birdie.
And have we
got
a show
for you?
I think we do.
We do.
We have a show.
Yeah.
It's Christmas.
This is a holiday episode.
Hey guys,
And we've got a guest.
We got a
can I
guest.
be in the show?
He's in it. Kevin.
I want to be in the show.
Kevin's in the show.
Kevin's in the show. We have a guest at the show.
We have a show and a guest. Come on,
I'm back.
We got a guest.
Remember guests?
We got Uncle Kev in the house. Not in the house.
In
Yeah.
his house.
In his house.
We're in Liz's house.
Oh, no.
And then Kevin's in Kevin's.
Please don't redesign me.
We're in separate houses.
We gave you
together.
large irises that are horrific. Stare through your soul. And that's coming, maybe.
And we're back. Okay.
And, today is our holiday special, our joint Christmas Hanukkah.
It's like that Even Stevens episode.
Yes.
Or that Lizzie McGuire episode.
Or the Star Wars holiday special. Merry Life Day to all who celebrate.
This is why I never sit that close to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you afraid to hear me speak, Wookie?
I've said this before when I've sat this close to you on the show. Every time you make the sounds, it like vibrates the floor.
The sounds.
It's like when the Balrog reappears in the Mines of Moria, and you can like feel it before you see it. You know?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
you know what you don't see? Wings, or do you?
Don't do this to me. Okay.
Not before Lord of the Beans.
Don't do this to me right now. It's Hanukkah. It's the second night of Hanukkah.
It is Hanukkah 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Wow.
It's not an electric menorah.
Hanukkah 2 Wax Boogaloo.
Oil.
Oil.
It's a wax can.
There was more oil than we thought.
There was more oil. There was a lot more oil.
I love a good oiled up boogaloo.
Ooh.
So
Now you're speaking my language.
slippery little holiday. All right. And part of me was like, maybe we should watch the Rugrats Hanukkah special. But also part of me was like, I want to go to bed tonight. So
Yeah, and also part of you was like, you need more toys.
part of me was like, I need more toys. And before we get into it, I do, for the end, for later, have drawn personally for my intents and purposes. I've created like a little compare and contrast between this and the Hanukkah Rugrats special.
Okay.
We can get into that. But
Ooh.
we're talking about the toy that saved Christmas.
We are.
The second time I've watched this in my life.
And how was it the second time?
I liked it the second time. I mean, I liked it the first time, and the second time, I was like, yeah, this is hilarious. I'm so excited to be back in 3D. We're coming off of this, or we're coming into this right off with the animated Adventures of Larry Boy. So like getting back into the actual like animated kind of like core, big core production.
3D animated.
Yeah.
A lot more time was spent
Yeah.
on this.
Yeah, and knowing like watching this with the Rack Shack and Benny episode kind of in the back burner, which we didn't have last time. So this time I feel very prepared for this. Like I feel like I know what's up going into it, and I enjoyed it more. Like I said, the first time I watched it, I remember being like, "This is cute," and now I'm like, now I see what they've done, and I kind of like have more of an understanding of like the process, and like I really appreciated it.
Yeah.
So I also watched it right after I got home from the Christmas market yesterday. So I was like, oh, I feel festive.
Oh, she was sheeping on Christmas. I think we've overexposed poor Liz to Christmas.
I did have a small Christmas breakdown.
Sheeping on Christmas?
She was after cold turkey and Christmas for so long, and then like double dosing and then triple dosing on Christmas.
Yeah.
After a controlled exposure to Mexican
okay.
Christmas,
Yeah.
now going all in on German Caucasian Christmas. It was a lot.
It was a lot. I got overstimulated.
Yeah.
I started talking nonsense. I had to be bribed back into the car with a candy rope.
She was like,
That's great.
Christmas. Let's come back to the car. Put your scarf down.
It was a lot. But yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah.
Let's get into it. This episode, I guess for both of you, was this like part of your like holiday viewing? Was this like in your library for this time of year?
Oh yeah, we had the tape, and I actually, since I'm a little bit older than you, Kev, I remember catching this on PAX when they did the PAX special.
Oh, that's awesome.
I did.
Man.
I caught that live when they aired the Toilet Save Christmas on TV. This was the first time VeggieTales was on television. It was on network television.
Wow.
Yeah.
The PAX, and they had special animated segments, bookends for this Christmas special.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the prime way to watch it, honestly.
That's fun.
Just make it a little bit longer. With slightly better animation at the beginning and end.
Yeah, the YouTube link that I found, it was like pretty grainy the whole time. And then I found a second one, and it was like, it's a little grainy. And I was like, is this just the episode? And it might have.
I've been a tape rip still.
Yeah.
And I remember every time they would re-release Toy Story, they had to re-render it from the files at Pixar. They had to like go back and take the raw footage, the raw files, and re-render them in whatever new aspect ratio or resolution they were doing.
Oh, that's crazy.
I think the last time they did that was when it was in 3D, like a decade ago. But yeah, what was your nostalgic relationship with the toy that saved Christmas?
Yeah, honestly, there's not too much nostalgia tied to this one. Like, it was never part of our family, like, Christmas viewing or anything like that. It was just that little Christmas special I would enjoy on my own without everyone else every year. So, not much of a story there.
I remember I think we had the soundtrack to it. I definitely remember we had the...
Yeah, Very Veggie Christmas.
Very Veggie Christmas. Which, Liz, if you haven't seen, some intrepid fans went and animated... So they put out a CD of just Christmas music, like Christmas covers. And back in the 90s. And it was just the singing and some sketches in between.
Okay.
And fans painstakingly animated it into an actual special. So they added animation to what was just a soundtrack.
Okay.
With kind of audio sketches linking them together. But they went in and animated an entire special around it.
Yeah, this is like massive. That's crazy.
Yeah, you hear Larry singing Feliz Navidad.
Yeah.
You hear one of my favorites. I forgot who or what Palmy was. So when Palmy comes in to sing Angels We Have Heard on High, I'm like, what's this reggae version of...
Palmy, like from...
Palmy, the tree? The tree.
Oh my god.
The tree sings Angels We Have Heard on High.
Oh wow.
And it's like a reggae cover of Angels We Have Heard on High.
I love that. There's a whole chili pepper. This looks crazy.
Oh, yeah. Well, since Larry is doing Feliz Navidad, you have to have a guitar. He has his friend Manuel come in to play with the maracas because he has hands.
Yeah, because he has hands. Yep.
I would say this episode had probably one of my... This is my second favorite Hands joke. Hands down.
Hands
my
down.
second favorite. Is it my second favorite? It's my second favorite. My first favorite Hands joke is in Queen Esther, where the narrator says, he had another trick up his sleeve. Or wherever.
Mine is in Jock
How are we clapping?
How are we clapping?
I have no idea. Yeah, this is a good one.
Liz, you can't just quote Pa Grape without doing your perfect Pa Grape impression.
Okay.
Your award-winning Paul Grape impression.
How will we even... Wait, no, he says... Does he ask how we're clapping? No, Jimmy asks how
It
we're
was
clapping.
Tom. Tom the grape.
Okay, you gotta do the palm line.
How are we clapping?
I have no idea.
Thank you.
You're welcome. My biblically accurate.
Biblically accurate.
Yeah.
Paul Grape.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so before we were recording, I was on the phone with my father. And he was in the produce aisle, and he was. I was like, I'm really busy right now. He was like, I like the red grapes. I don't like the green grapes as much. Do you like the green grapes? I don't know about the green grapes. The red grapes, those are good. Those are good. The red grapes are the way to go. Which ones do you see? And the lady apples. What are they called? The lady apples. Every other apple. Why do they even grow them? Look, David, somehow this is important for later. I don't.
This is getting cut, but tell him what David told you about the Rob Reiner.
Oh. While my father was in the produce aisle trying to buy fruit, he was like, "These melons are on sale. Do you hear about Rob Reiner? I'm glad you and your brother live really far away from me."
What?
So
terrible. Anyway, these grapes.
Anyway. I don't trust these grapes.
I don't trust these. And then he was like, in the pickles, you get them like these thin slice. And I bought them a few times. I haven't meant to. I wanted a spear, but you go to get a pickle and it's just like a slice. And what are you doing with that? Why do they make those? What do you have? What do you have that for? So that was my paw grape story.
your personal paw.
My
grape.
personal paw grape story.
Paw period grape. The toy that saves Christmas.
We start the toy that saves Christmas with
what a film.
What is special? It feels special.
It does. I liked the way it started with Grandpa George telling the story about the pig and the giant lizard who went home to the bowling alley.
Yeah.
That's some like Mike Naraki shit.
Right from the jump, I was like,
oh yeah,
great.
Yeah, that's a Phil and Mike touch that we come to love.
It's like that's the absurdist humor I did come here for.
I love the idea or the story of how Phil got the idea for this was he wondered what if like Tickle Me Elmo or the Cabbage Patch Kids had more emotional maturity than the people that were trampling each other trying to buy them.
Yeah.
And we're like, what are you doing?
No, this is the whole episode was like really poignant, and I took some like my notes got deeper than I thought that they would. I was like, oh wow, there's a lot here.
So we have a little zoom in. It's very Princess Bride. Grandpa George is tucking in a little girl.
Yeah, I think it's the little girl.
Annie.
From the Madame Blueberry little girl.
Yeah, I guess she had to go live with her grandfather because the family didn't have anything.
Yeah.
Oh.
Vegetable CPS got involved.
Oh. Child produce services. Okay. Yeah. And we get the story about the giant lizard and the pig at the bowling alley. And then Grandpa George is like, all right, gotta go to bed. And Annie's like, no, one more, Grandpa.
A Christmas story.
A Christmas story, because it's Christmas, I guess.
Christmas. It is Christmas.
And Grandpa's like, okay, I'll tell you one more about Dinkletown.
Dinkletown, you know.
Dinkletown.
Town that didn't get Christmas.
They didn't get Christmas.
From like a conceptual level.
Can we give Phil and Mike props for coming up with the best town names ever?
So good.
Dinkletown, Pugsleyville, Bumbleberg.
Bumbleberg, yeah.
Just
they do sound like perfect like cartoon towns like like, what was the one from Fairly Odd Parents that's slipping?
Dimsdale.
Dimsdale, yeah. Dimsdale, Shelbyville, North Haverbrook, Springfield.
Townsville.
The city of Townsville.
So yeah, we've got Dinkletown, and I love that the houses in Dinkletown are like prefab, like cookie cutter.
Or like Levittown houses.
Yeah.
All in a circle.
Yeah, it's very like, it's subtle, but it's cutting, you know?
This is the America.
I was like, this is some like deep dive, like very of the era commercial architecture that's like very reminiscent of that like middle American like keeping up with the Joneses like greed that we're commenting on. And it's so subtle.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know these houses, I've seen them. I know exactly where they are, and I know exactly who lives in them.
You've been to Levittown?
But it's just like, even from that like first detail, I was like, this is rich, you know, like this is,
there's texture here.
there's some texture. This is a rich text.
Well, I think they were kind of evoking the Rankin Bass kind of look to everything. How everything's like white wood and you know, old, like a gray background with colorful characters in the foreground.
Even like beyond that, like I think like of the era, because this was 96, so like I have like vague memories of my like early childhood and being like aware of those like neighborhoods that would pop up that were like suburban, you know, this is like your dream home and it's got like a 2-car garage and like 3.5 bedrooms or whatever, and it's like I had friends.
Half bedroom?
Yeah. The joke is it's 3.5 bath, right? But if you say 3.5 bedroom, you're twisting it. You see, it's unexpected. It's not a good joke, but it's one I made.
Somebody woke up on the wrong
It's
side
funny
of the
because
bed.
it's unexpected.
Yeah.
Like a chicken head.
Weed eater, yeah.
But it's
Autotainment coming in the new year.
but like I had friends who like lived in those houses, and I remember going to their houses and being like, it's cold in here, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's just,
I'm in Dinkletown right now.
it's unpleasant, you know? Like I'm sure your family loves each other, but there's something a little off. There's no character. Like,
Something Lynchian going on.
yeah, it's very sterile. And even like I know that's like part of the animation, but like even in the other episodes where we go into like the asparagus and the carrot houses, I'm telling you, I was so into
The
this.
asparagus and the carrot house.
When we're in the asparagus and the carrot houses in like the other episodes, like their houses are far more colorful, like there's way more in them, and it's like the same level of it, like there's so much detail in the background of those houses, you know, there's like Art Bugatti bowling plates,
painted walls, family photos, yellow kitchens.
and in this it's very, again, it's like very sterile. Which I thought was really interesting, and it's like detail that like maybe I wasn't supposed to read that much into, but like again, I had friends who like lived in these houses, and like, you know, not that I had the best childhood home, okay? I'm not saying my childhood was idyllic or good, but you know, like my house was like chaotic and colorful, and it was like such a weird contrast. And I was like, I feel like I lived in more of like an asparagus house from the other episodes, and I had friends who lived in the Dinkletown houses where it was like, you know, the framed art on the wall is just like the art that came in the frame. Like if you look at the art on the walls in the other episodes, they put so much like detail into it. It's something that like every episode I like to pause and look to see what's in like posters and picture frames and what's going on in the background. Like even Junior's room in that first episode has all these like good little Easter eggs and
Little
like
drawings and posters.
drawings and personality.
Right, yeah.
And in this one in the background, like there's a picture of like a snowy landscape. And that's it. Like it's barren. And it's not done in a way that's like a setty set like they do sometimes to evoke like a stage play. This is like, again, just that very soulless, heartless, kind of cold, like, but very en vogue, like this is the
consumerism.
this is like a TikTok influencer house, you know, like, and that's maybe I'm reading so much into it, but it was just like so it was rich. It was so rich.
Stone cold consumers, these ones. And all they do is all the kids of Dinkletown are completely bewitched by a live television commercial
Yeah.
for Buzzsaw Louie.
Yeah.
The latest scheme by Nebuchadnezzar's brother.
Willie P. Nezzer.
Why
Not Nebby.
Wally P.
Wally
Nezzer.
P. Nezzer.
Wally P. Nezzer.
Yeah. My note says, Mr. Nezzer back on his capitalism BS.
But no. Redemption. Our Mr. Nezzer, the initial Mr. Nezzer, was redeemed.
He always gets a redemption arc, which is interesting.
And I love how this Mr. Nezzer is even more easily, he's even more easily reasoned with than the previous one.
Yeah, I like that he's straight up just like, I had a bad childhood.
Yeah.
Let's be friends.
We were too poor.
They said in one of the commentaries that they had a switch installed on the back of Mr. Nezzer, and he would flip back and forth between good Nezzer, bad Nezzer, and he was a pawn that did their bidding.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's an interesting character in that he is always used as the force of capitalism, but he's also so willing to grow a heart on a dime.
His heart will grow 2 sizes.
Yeah.
In a second.
Well, when we were talking to Kurt Heinecke yesterday, and he was like, "There's no cynicism in the show," and I was like, because part of me is it's so interesting that Nezzer is so willing to flip. And, I was kind of thinking about that. I was like, oh, but these aren't cynical characters, and it is positive, and it is showing that there is the capacity for growth and change, and there is that capacity for redemption, which is really interesting. And then there's part of me that's like, but you gotta let the kids know that you can't beat capitalism. can't do it with friendship.
Well, and this is, a year after Toy Story, so Buzzsaw Louie is very clearly
Buzz Lightyear. Yeah. I thought it was the commercial when they're like, do you need a toy whose right arm is a fully functioning buzzsaw? I laughed so hard.
I keep forgetting just how funny that is because I've seen it so much.
It's so funny.
But yeah, a children's toy with a fully functional buzzsaw.
And the way that the line is delivered too is just so perfect. It's I went back and watched the commercial. It's one, I wanted to hear the buzzsaw line again, but then the part where they're doing the fine print on the delivery options, and they're it will not be delivered to Nexleyville due to the collapse of the Nexleyville branch. And it's and they don't talk about that again.
Yeah, the Pugsleyville Bridge is
actually
out,
the Pugsleyville Bridge. The
Pugsleyville Bridge is out, but the Nexleyville factory just collapsed. No explanation. Which always we weren't allowed to have this is so unrelated. We didn't have a microwave when I was growing up. And we would ask my mother, why don't we have a microwave? Can we get one? And she was like, no, they're bad. They're bad for you. And we're like, that can't be. That sounds fake. And she was like, did you know in the Soviet Union they didn't have microwaves? And that bothered me my whole life because I was like, yeah, and then our family left the Soviet Union. What? And then I was later in life.
That's why we fled.
Yeah, well, that's not why, but yeah. No microwave, anti-Semitic pogroms, whatever. But there was a factory in the USSR that was producing faulty microwaves, and they would explode. So they were banned because the factory was the only one producing these microwaves, and they all had to be recalled. And then they just didn't get back on production because it was the USSR, and lines were a mess. So yeah, no one had a microwave for 10 years because they just couldn't. They kept being oh yeah, we got to rebuild that factory.
Yeah.
Anyway. So we got Buzzsaw Louie and his fully functional Buzzsaw, and then they pan to Mr. Lunt, and he goes, "Look at me, I'm an elf," and he shimmies.
I'm an elf.
It was
look at me, I'm an elf.
So the commercial was really cute and funny, and then I noticed too that you have, before the commercial starts, all of the kids are outside playing together, and they don't even have toys. They're just playing in the snow, and then they're in one place,
torturing the mailman.
Yeah, but they're hanging out as a community.
Bothering the mailman.
They're hanging out as a community, even though they're little rascals, but they're engaged in, they're having fun. They're together, and they go and they watch this TV commercial, and they're all together, and they're like, getting along. And then the commercial ends. That's when they split and break and all go to their separate houses and start complaining. And I was like, that was another moment where I was just like, oh, that's such good writing. It's so brilliant. And like the way that it really shows, the consumerism and that like individualism of having the toy and having more than your neighbor. And like, that's isolating, and that like breaks the community. And that's like when all of the problems start for this town. Or not when, but like...
Liz, I did not pick up on this, but this is a brilliant analysis.
Thank you.
Actually.
So glad I went to college. But that like the importance of that community and the importance of building each other up, having that good fun time in the snow is interrupted by this consumerism and is interrupted by you versus the neighbor that is instilled by Nuzzer's commercial saying like, oh, your neighbor Billy has more toys than you. You got to tell your parents. Again, that's when they all split. That's when they start crying, and that's when like all these families get disrupted.
Yeah, and I do like that we're getting like a parody of a parody of a parody of a cool toy, and Buzzsaw Louie, because Buzz Lightyear was a parody of the coolest possible toy that like baby boomers could conceive of.
Yeah.
It talks, it has a laser,
he's also part Bob the Builder.
Yeah. And then Buzzsaw Louie is as a parody of Buzz Lightyear talks, but only like talks in hyper consumerist messaging.
I mean, it's also like very we're further away from the Reagan era, but we're also still within that first generation of kids who had toys that were directly designed to be like,
marketed,
I mean, it's
from TV.
Because now, we have, because within that generation where you were allowed to advertise to children, because that hadn't happened previously. Yeah. So like the generation writing this didn't encounter the constant ads of like, tell your parents to buy this. And having that be so like, it's still being fresh within that like 10-year period, I think makes this like, but it's also such a timeless issue. So like knowing that this was a commentary on something that started in the 80s, but is still so ingrained in our society now in the 2020s that it's like, this is so timeless and so endemic and so ingrained and so instilled into like the society at large that like this episode is not dated at all.
Yeah, we are getting our first round of Labubu landfills. I just know it. This
because like this is such a timeless message that we get throughout all of the Christmas specials. Like this is what Charlie Brown's special is about. This is what the Grinch is about. But like maybe it's because I'm biased and I love this so much, but I was like, I feel like the message in this and the way that it was presented is so much like the message is clearer than in Charlie Brown or in the Grinch.
And I think it might be, Liz, my bias showing, because it does go back to what Christmas is about. Jesus' birthday, baby.
Well, they do that in Charlie Brown too, but I think it's much more written for, it's almost like written more for adults.
Oh, sure. For families in general.
Yeah, and this is, but they also like, and the Grinch to a degree is like, oh, you just throw things away, but they don't tell you why that's bad.
Yeah.
Like, even in like the book How the Grinch Stole Christmas, it's not like, oh, you just throw things away, but trying to explain to a child why that's a problem is a separate issue. That's not going to hit as hard. And in this, I felt like they were like, here's why that's a problem. So this just felt so much more like, not targeted, it felt more like impactful.
Yeah.
The message was just explained so clearly. And I also like, going back on that, like they do go over the story of like Jesus's birthday and all of that. Like that is included. And I think from the outside looking in, because I am kind of like, okay, great, good. I'm glad that's there. I think that's good for the people who want it there and need it there, right? To like teach their children. But just from a consumerism perspective, it still hits. Even if you took the scene where they're going through the Bible story out, this hits so hard still. Because like,
well, I'm sure when they aired it on terrestrial TV.
Yeah, I was going to say that's like secondary to the plot almost. Yeah. Like it's central. And I know that like if Kurt were listening, he'd be like, no, it's central. You know, like
it is central.
It is central. However, there's so much depth to it.
Well, I would say it's central just because if the thesis of it is you don't get what Christmas is about,
right?
And the question is raised, okay, well, what is Christmas actually about?
Right.
That's the answer,
Yeah, and then there's that like additional. It's almost like a double edged. It's like, okay, here's what it's about. Here's like the story, and then also here's why this like consumerism distraction thing.
Yeah, George does say about giving and getting.
Yeah, is also a problem in and of itself. Is a distraction that goes deeper than just this. Almost, it's like we get Madame Blueberry, which is a similar thesis. This has that thesis with an additional point. And then also at large, this is like just like reingraining, like reiterating that message of just like, don't let the Mr. Nezers of the world trick you.
Yeah. Giving is better than receiving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kev, you got in on a very philosophical and academic episode of Have We Got a Show for You. How you holding up, bud?
I did, yeah. I feel bad. I feel like I don't have too much to say, knowing this episode very well.
But then we got that scene with Nezer and Mr. Lunt, and Mr. Lunt's like, "You mean you want the kids to be all whiny?" And Mr. Nezer's like, "Well, yeah, of course we do," which I feel like is exactly how the press conference with Reagan went when they were like, "So you want to advertise to kids?" And he was like, yeah. Shareholder value, baby. And then they go to the penguin testing the Buzzsaw Louis, which I thought was cute, where he's testing their noses and they're all saying their little like lines. And then you have the one becoming kind of sentient and like brave little toastering it and deciding to like go rogue and gain his own thoughts. And it's very
Child's play.
Oh yeah. Well, it's like very child's play, but it's also very it's like going back to, it's very Brazil, it's very 1984, it's very like your first.
Oh, the goose stepping penguins is funny. It is always funny.
Yeah, it is. It was very cute. And I wrote, will you engage in the system or not? LOL, Buzz Lightyear off the shelf.
To infinity.
Yeah. But I also like that when he kind of like breaks away and he like gains his sentience and he gets his independent thoughts and he's like, I'm not going to be, you say I'm designed for this? No, I'm designed for a better purpose, which is also, I love that so much also, going back to that like kind of like dystopian literature thing, but also it's just true for all of us. Like you are told your whole life, like here is the way that you need to be and act, and society is going to tell you to be one thing. And then it's on you really to like come to your own conclusions and form your own thoughts and like decide whether or not you're going to like partake in this system. And sometimes when you do break out and partake in your own, you come to your own conclusions, you fail, you fall off the cliff and you turn into a snowball, and it's okay. And But
then you do find yourself or are found by Robert and Lawrence.
That's true. But before you're found by Robert and Lawrence,
it is, of course,
time
for
a silly song.
Silly Songs with Larry, the part of the show where Larry comes out and sings a silly song.
This one is so good.
This was the one that you had never heard.
I had never heard it.
Until we did this the first time
around. And I was so excited to see it again. I was like, wait, I remember this one being really good.
And it is.
It's so funny.
I caught myself singing it earlier today, and then earlier while we were setting this up.
Oh, all day I've been like, a good cucumber like me.
I'm a bank robber.
It's so good. I love the box of salt making the snow in the back.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes, that makes the whole song for me.
Larry in his little pajamas.
Yeah.
I love I'm Santa, and I've come to wiggle my belly.
Yeah.
And twitch my nose.
Yeah. It's so good. I love I think like the IRS bit is one of the funniest things the show has ever done.
Yeah, I heard that came from Mike Naraki. Had been
100%.
doing some freelancing, and
When he invites in the robber and the Viking, who both threaten horrible things upon him, and he's like, I'll share my cookies with you, and then the IRS guy comes and he just slams the door in his face. I was like, yes.
did you claim that?
I was like, this is so good.
Yeah, that came from Mike Naraki having to do his own taxes as a freelancer for the first time.
Yep.
And then not doing it right and having the IRS company, hey.
I understand. I feel that.
Yeah, oh no, I do too. I freelanced.
I owed on my taxes last year for the first time, and I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Alabama has not given me my revenue tax back in like 2 years. What do you mean I owe them? They owe me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Alabama.
Ah.
State of Alabama. Where's my money?
In the state that you're in, Alabama.
You know what? Keep my money. Fix the roads. Anyway.
Potholes, am I right, Kev?
Those aren't even potholes. That's a whole
I
kitchen.
prefer pot holders.
As do I.
Lyle. Yeah.
Lyle.
The kindly Viking. Also, when the scallion just like falls over a couple of times during the song, which is always my favorite bit. But this is a particularly good vegetable fall over.
Oh, and I like the Wagner touches when the Viking shows up.
Yeah.
Shout out, Kurt. Shout out, friend of the pod, Kurt Heineke. Yeah. Stay warm, friend.
Yeah. And then I liked when the scallion like wakes up from being knocked out.
Yeah, yeah.
And he comes to on tempo, like on beat. I was like, that's so good.
Yep.
Yeah, and little Santa Bob was great. I like that Santa Bob shows up and he's just like not here for the cookies at all. He's not here for it. He's like
And Santa Bob gets mad.
Yeah.
Gets righteously indignant.
Yeah.
It's like, you've been naughty, and I've got a list.
That silly song unknowingly reinforces the message. Santa isn't there for the cookies. He's there for what he could give, and then he
Exactly.
what's been taken from him.
And to a lesser extent, retribution.
Yeah. And it was like really a testament to never meet your heroes. Like
So it was also foreshadowing for all those Santa horror movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you steal from Santa, it's like unleashing a djinn onto you.
Yeah.
So this is like a classic silly song that was not easily available to you, Liz, and I'm glad that this can join.
It's so funny.
Join in with the pantheon.
Yeah, it was good. And then we cut to then we leave the silly song, and I forgot this line, and I remember that I mentioned Mousetrap in a previous episode, and you had said this line to me, and I looked at you like, I've heard that before. I have no idea where it's from. What are you talking about?
I wanted to play Mousetrap. You roll your dice. You move your mice.
Nobody gets hurt.
Your mice. Nobody gets hurt.
Yeah, to which I said, did you know that Mousetrap used Irish slave labor for its production? Yeah. Anyway.
Mousetrap.
Yeah. But it was funny. It was a good line. And to which I said, Bob, lots of people got hurt.
I want to get out, Bob.
I want to get out.
I love
Bob.
Larry's little eye roll after that, too.
Yeah.
Larry knew.
Yeah, Larry was like, I hate when he's right.
So, what's the relation between Bob, Larry, and Junior? This is my question, because Bob and Larry are adult vegetables. Are they just like babysitting Junior for the day? What's going on?
I think there's old coworkers from the factory. They're having a day out.
Well, okay.
Maybe they're his uncles.
Maybe they are his uncles. I hadn't considered that.
Godparents?
God made you special parents?
Well,
Oh, yeah.
we have established that this does take place in the same universe as Rack Shack and Benny.
Yeah.
Maybe something happened. They witnessed something and they had to change their names.
They had witnessed and now they're protected. That's what I was kind of thinking. Like after the other Nuzzer tried to kill them, they had to relocate
to Dingletown.
Yeah.
And Larry Boy was unavailable to save them, and he was busy in Bumbleberg.
Yeah.
With Greta Von Gruesome.
Yeah.
And Lampy.
So that begs the question. Beforehand, did Larry Boy exist and he was Benny Boy?
You know, we might have like an Edmond Dantes situation where he came across money, and that's how Larry became independently wealthy in order to finance being Larry Boy.
I love when they crash the sled and Larry is immediately like, Bob, are you okay? And I'm like, what about Junior, Larry?
Junior's fine.
The child that you're presumably watching is just like
Bob
awesome.
is Larry's meal ticket. Junior is okay. They can get another. They can replace it with Laura very easily.
You always put your lover before the freaking kid.
Yeah, that was what I was also thinking. I was like, wow, Larry. Okay.
When you wake up next to him in the middle of the night.
Sorry, Junior.
Good luck, Bob.
Good luck, Bob.
And Liz falls over with that. With that, Liz falls over like a scallion bandit.
Good luck, Bob. Anyway, and then they go to Grandpa George's house, and I like Grandpa George's mugs a lot.
I like that you can tell that Grandpa George's mustache has changed color to indicate that time has passed.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I like his mugs a lot. I was like, I like really focused on that. Like all the detail all the background details of like the houses and like the things in them were like really interesting in this episode. And Grandpa George's house is like, I think the coziest. Like it's the most charming, and he had like they said just everything in the house. Also, like I think it was really sweet that like they did put so much detail into it, because it was like I feel like I know Grandpa George, you know, like I've been to this house, like I've been to the other houses, I've really been to this house, and like this man does have a winch in his truck, you know.
I wonder why they never went back to George. Like there were some characters that they would bring back only once or twice. It just kind of faded away. Like George, the Paul Grape's children.
They show up as like extras on occasion, but
I mean, like, there's some people that just disappear after Jonah.
Yeah.
I know you guys haven't gotten to the 2010s episodes yet, but George does show up in a few.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I also liked Buzzsaw Louie kicking his little feet while he's sitting at the table.
Yeah.
That was me yesterday.
Yeah. Like it's like yeah.
I went to sit down when we were interviewing Kurt. We were like sitting in these like, you know, desk chairs, and I sat in a very tall man's chair, and my feet were just like swinging off the ground, and I was like, I should probably like lower myself to the ground before we start.
You were kicking your feet when we had that schnitzel.
I was, yeah.
It was a good schnitzel.
It was good schnitzel. Love a schnitzel.
Love a schnitzel.
I also liked Bob doing a really good job acting while they're getting told the story. He was like really contemplative.
This is Bob's origin story where he's like, I will now help the children.
Yeah. Maybe it was.
I will share the gospel.
Yeah. And then I said, is this the first time VeggieTales mentions Jesus? Is that a trivia fact? Do we know that?
I think it is the first time he
Yes.
is mentioned by name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they said Jesus, and I was like, Jesus?
I've heard of him.
Jesus?
Jesus!
Jesus. What's the show where they're like, the baby Jesus? I think that's a Mitchell and Webb sketch.
Yes.
Where, yeah.
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 Or is it Black Books? I I'm here to talk to you about
That is
Jesus.
Black Books. That is the Black. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, come in.
Yes, what he's trying to do is taxes, and he lets the missionaries in so they can. And he's like, "We'd like to talk to you about the baby Jesus," and he's like, "Yes, of course,
come in.
of course, stay." Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Please.
That's yeah.
Pour some drink.
Yeah. Okay, that is Black Books. Yeah, which I watched not that long ago. I think that's why it was fresh on my
Oh, yeah.
mind. But my teenage self identified with Bernard Black a little too much. So.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Yes, I, a teenage girl, Bernard Black.
Bernard Black. A drunk, cigarette-smoking Irishman. Misanthropic
I've changed my ways.
Irishman.
Sort of.
So the boys and Buster Louie go to George to learn what Christmas is really about, and he reads to them from the book of Luke. And after reading to them from the Gospels, they're like, "Oh, well, now we know, but we need to make sure that the rest of the town knows. We need to, I don't know, perhaps go and make disciples of all produce in the town of Dinkle." And so they Mission Impossible sneak their way into the Nether television studio. And yeah, I think it was like a God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen version of Mission Impossible. You know, dun 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 dun.
I didn't even notice that was God Rest You Merry Gentlemen.
That was brought up to me by a friend of the pod, Kurt Heineke. So again, the goose stepping penguins, the security guard penguins, the Metal Gear Solid penguins. Metal Gear Solid penguins. Can't be.
Pick Idea Studio, please release that game.
These penguins are trained in stealth.
That'd be easier on PC, actually.
The penguin with an eye patch. It's
Yeah.
the big boss penguin.
Yeah. Yeah, and then
They sneak into the TV station.
Man, design-wise, can we talk about those penguins for a second?
yes.
Yes, we may.
Yes.
Please.
My gosh, man. Like, peak VeggieTales design, those penguins.
Yeah, I love that they design animals as they need them.
Yeah. I like that they're so simple.
Right, yeah.
Like they're so is it the sheep are very Wallace and Gromit, and the penguins are like also vaguely Wallace and Gromity, but also like very much their own thing. And I like that
Pingu.
the because of I think when we like talk about like the animation, like does it hold up, does it not? And I've always been like the animation is its own thing. Like it's its own design, it's its own vibe, it's its own like aesthetic. And the penguins fall into that aesthetic so well that it's not like, oh, this is bad animation.
Yeah.
It's like, no, this is what it is, and I love it. And like
It's its own style.
it's not like it doesn't hold up, right? It's like that like smoothness of the penguins. They're still, even today, I'm like, no, they're still cute. They're very cute. They're very fat, and I love it. The actual like mechanics of the penguins like moving and walking around and stuff, it's so unique, and it's so like it's so and that's why I was watching this, was like, now I understand why they did 3, 2, 1 penguins. Like I do want to see these penguins more.
Yeah.
Like
More big idea penguins.
more penguins, please.
With rhyming names, except for the one as a joke.
Always.
I always say, like, in those really early days, they really could have had a pass to put absolutely no effort into that animation, and because 3D animation was like such a new thing, people would still think it looked amazing at the time. But I mean, they were pulling overnighters, you know, working themselves half to death, and it still holds up for the most part.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they were like passing out on the linoleum tile of the screw factory that they were working out of. That big idea was at this point. They said the AC went out, and they were trying to finish this before Christmas delivery. So this is late summer. The AC went out, and they had to like sleep on the cold linoleum
Oh boy.
because it was so hot in there.
They actually kept getting complaints at the time when they were in the screw factory, because all the tapes that they would send out always came back smelling like oil.
Yeah. like this, yeah.
Like vegetable.
The industrial oil for the screws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make any jokes about that.
Okay, I was gonna leave that there.
Yeah, I know you were looking at me and you were like, "What you got?
What you got?
What you got?
What you got, Liz?"
And I'm not gonna, just as a treat for you, I'm not gonna talk about any industrial accidents that happened between the years of like 1918 and 1942.
We were driving
On this episode, we've got oiled up menorahs, right? And then we've got oiled up tapes.
Yeah. Thank you for bringing it back to Hanukkah.
Hanukkah.
A very slippery Christmas Hanukkah special.
Yeah, very slick.
Like a penguin going down a sled. No. Oh yeah, I ruined the vibes yesterday.
We did. When we were driving to Coleman, which is about a 45-minute drive, Liz started talking about genocide. And then when I merged onto the interstate, moved on to car crashes.
Well, I was talking about the Nambian genocide.
Oh.
Specifically. And
then car crashes that she was in and witnessed specifically.
Yeah, well, witnessed mostly, just the two. And you were like, could you not talk about the car crashes while we're on the interstate? And I was like, would you like me to go back to genocide? And you were like, actually, yes.
You know what? Fine. You
Fine.
twisted my arm.
On our way to the German village, we will discuss all of Germany's early war crimes. And crimes against humanity. Yeah, can't forget those.
Forget those.
Two different categories, similar outcomes. Yeah. Yeah, no, I like Larry's real concern about the Pugsleyville Bridge.
It's out.
It's out. And he's going to let you know.
Can't go to Pugsleyville. The bridge is out.
The bridge is out. It's so ridiculous for Larry to be so concerned about this. I love it.
Yeah, after they like make their quick live commercial and all 15 TVs or so in Dinkletown get the message.
Yeah.
They are caught and put into a James Bond style trap.
Yeah.
By secondary Mr. Nezzer.
Oh, okay. This is my other deep analysis. Are you ready? You ready for this?
Brace yourself.
Okay. So in the show, one of the like things that like is recurring, right? You get like sets, which we love, right? The silly songs, a lot of there's like stage show sets. Mm-hmm. We also get a lot of like TV studios, and the themes of what occurs in the TV studios tends to be more on the like negative side, right? We get like the Forgive-O-Matic, and there's the commercial of Madame Blueberry, and here we get the TV set, and the TV sets are used to like do crimes and evil, you know, like the TV sets are always like very cold and industrial and like impersonal and about consumerism and about like the kind of like general illness of the society at large. And that's how like these like big messages like Billy has more toys than you get spread. Go to Stuff Mart, the Forgive-O-Matic, all of these things that are like even in automation, you have the TV studio being kind of where things are like really impersonal and the bad message happens. And then you have
contrast to stages.
Yeah.
Contrast to the stage sets and the stage show feel where it's like more impersonal, more in person, it's connected. There's like more warmth and like positive messaging, and like you don't have to like be within these confines, and things that happen here are silly and fun. And you have that like, it's an interesting contrast between the TV stage set and the like live action like play set.
Yeah, Liz, are you familiar with the VeggieTales show on TBN?
No.
The conceit of that one is that Mr. Nezzer has an old theater that the VeggieTales characters put on shows, very Muppet Show style shows with VeggieTales characters in this kind of olden style theater.
But one of the other, not to
veggie vaudeville, if you will.
The series starts in general episode 1 where, you know, the very first episode we get God is bigger than the monsters on TV. So like we automatically, and the messaging also, as always with them, is that TV isn't bad. It's not the enemy, right? Like everything within moderation. Toys are okay. TV is okay. Like this is just something you're not handling right now.
It's just the mass culture. It's like
just
a
the
symbol of mass culture.
But the way that it's like, this is okay, but there's a critical look. It's like a very interesting, I think, genuinely, because I did grow up on VeggieTales, and also like my father's in media, so like there was media literacy taught in my house, but I think there's such informed and like well presented media literacy education in this show, and you get that from episode 1, and it's a continuing theme whether it was intended or not. I think it's really interesting just how ingrained into the project that idea of media literacy is.
Well, seeing what Phil Vischer's doing now with Holy Post, you can see a through line in his work.
Yeah. And like, this is kind of the first episode where I was like, oh, wow, like this is, because I was thinking like God is bigger than the monsters on TV while Junior was like talking or doing his little like address on the, well, he's like filming that. And I was like, that's interesting. And they're dedicated to it.
Yeah. You actually remind me of a very early, this is even before it was called Holy Post, back when it was just the Phil Vischer podcast, where Phil was talking with, I think, Sky and Christian about why are schools and especially religious households scared of teaching their children critical thinking. And that if the fear is that if you teach your children critical thinking and they reason their way out of their religious faith, for instance, the strength of the faith was not instilled properly to begin with.
Have they heard of Augustine? Yeah. No, that's interesting because I mean you see that in like ultra orthodoxy, but like the further away you get from that ultra orthodoxy, I think the more you get that idea of like if you can reason your way out of faith, you can like reason your way into faith. Again, you get like some Augustinian principles there, which is like I think it's really, you know, if you can conceive, if you have the greatest conceivable good, you know.
And some ontological.
Yeah. Like forget my philosophy brain is not on right now, but
I just know C.S. Lewis, and he's not the best one.
No, but if you can, you know, critically think your way out of it, you should be able to critically think your way into it, which is always my argument when people, I've had this conversation, I think I brought this up before, but like I've had this conversation so many times with people who are especially like my age, who grew up with that millennial, like new atheist, like angsty, like edgelord, I'm smarter than everyone, like attitude, not to just like dunk on them immediately, but you know, I've had that conversation with people so many times where they're like, oh, you're too smart to believe in God. I'm like, tell me why you're too smart to believe in God.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Like, let's see how you came to that conclusion. I'm interested in that. I'm far more interested in why you don't believe in God than I think you are as to why I do. And like, I don't want to have this conversation, but we can. You know, like we can talk about it, but also like there's, you know, if you can, there was a lecture that I attended in college and I cannot remember the rabbi's name, but he was talking about how a lot of, especially like more secular, but like new atheists, like the through line is a lack of imagination and a lack of creativity, which is like void of curiosity, and how to be curious is to understand God. And that's really stuck with me because I'm like, I think like the thing that makes somebody intelligent, the thing that makes somebody connected to the world around them, the thing that makes somebody like engage in the world around them is curiosity. And that's why like some of the like greatest theologians were also interested in science, because like there's that curiosity, is that desire to connect, is that desire to understand, and like it can be misconstrued, and like, you know, that's what the scientific revolution ran into, like issues with the church, you know, like that it can be misconstrued for wanting to like play God, and like no, you just want to like know the you want to know the medium the artist is using, right? And that's to understand art. You can't be the artist, but you can like understand where it came from, and that's so much more interesting than just to say like it's art, whatever. That's like to assume somebody is unintelligent because they have faith is to lack curiosity yourself.
Yeah, I agree.
Where was I going with this? What's my point? I don't remember.
Yeah.
I lost my point.
Yeah, I was just thinking, how did we get onto this? I like this conversation, but I don't know how we got onto
Kevin, we're getting real deep on this one for the holidays.
I think it goes back to media literacy. I think
media literacy.
I was tying it back to media literacy and critical thinking and analysis, and how in the world of VeggieTales you have those seeds planted to create that curiosity, and you can want more. You can want toys. You can like understand that TV is good and bad. There are big ideas. There are these greater concepts. There's scary movies out there that you can watch when you're ready. There's toys you can play with when you like learn to respect your neighbors. There's things, material goods that you can have when you understand to find that balance. And this is, I know that I've said on the show before, like, I think this is like, we're missing some points, and I've been like really critical of it before, but I think like with this episode in particular, the whole thesis of the project of VeggieTales is like really, really like honed in. Media literacy. That's where I was. Yeah.
Well, how Mr. Nezer is redeemed on a dime when the angry townspeople come and confront him about his toy empire, and they respond to his greed and cruelty by being like, "Well, we got you a present." And he's like, "I've never got a Christmas present before."
I also like that they all show up. This is why direct action is important. I was like, this is why.
Organizers, listen.
Yes. I was like, shout out Matt Davis. Like, this is the people physically showing up and doing direct action. They were like, we're physically going to get our feet or whatever. And like,
we're going to hop over.
Yeah. We're going to hop on over to the studio and we're going to confront him ourselves. And I was like, yes, this is
with kindness.
This is communities taking direct action that is like very, very honorable.
As radical kindness with a bear.
Yeah.
And he sees the error of his ways and accidentally activates the death trap, which I love.
Yeah.
Oops. And that has I'm sure this sequence was an absolute chore to animate, the chase sequence going down the sled with all the penguins linking together Iron Man 3 style.
Yeah.
To save the boys, and then Mr. Nezer himself with like a complicated trapeze movement.
Yeah. A little.
Now, have you heard the story of how that probably inspired part of the Little Mermaid 2?
What?
Go on.
What?
There's a scene in the Little Mermaid 2, which came out after this, in which there's a character who's like falling off a cliff, and he's like a much larger character, and a bunch of much smaller characters all link by like grabbing each other's feet and hold the much bigger character, and the shot looks almost exactly like this one.
Because it was also it was giving Mulan, which also I guess came out after this.
Well, that does track because a lot of former Disney animators did go to Big Idea and then go from Big Idea, I guess, some back to Disney.
Because this was very much the scene in Mulan when she starts the avalanche and then they all have to like get her and her horse off of the cliff.
Now all of China knows that your Buzzsaw Louie is... Now all of China knows the true meaning of Christmas.
Yeah. I'm not a lizard. I don't do that tongue thing.
That was the lizard from the pig and the bowling alley.
See,
we Mushu.
Tied it back. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That'd be nice if at the end of the episode they tied it all back to the pig and the giant lizard.
This all took place in the bowling alley.
Yeah. We need to double back.
This all took place in a bowling ball, Whoville style.
Yeah. They spec on stuff like a bowling ball.
Yeah.
So, yes, after the pulse-pounding rescue sequence, then we get a little denouement about the people of Dinkletown. Mm-hmm. And how they did have had the best Christmas now that they knew the true meaning of Christmas. And they have a new citizen that is producing furniture like you wouldn't believe.
Like Jesus, like the baby Jesus did.
A carpenter.
A carpenter. Or Bob the Builder.
Well, we have Bob. We don't know if he's much of a builder. But the community.
This is where they say everybody who has hands, and everyone looks around at each other like,
anybody who has hands, hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, that's so good.
And I do love that it took them until now to realize that Buzzsaw Louie has a buzzsaw that can cut through the ropes.
Yeah.
Like, oh, now you realize.
I love that they get saved by Grandpa George's winch on his truck.
Yeah.
Always have a winch on your truck.
If you can manage a winch.
Yeah. I was like, how many people do I know who have a winch? 2.
And I can buy you an inch.
Yeah. Yeah. This is where I really realized, like, Mr. Lunt's just such a yes man.
Yeah.
He's just he's got no allegiances for real. He's just
Well, until he experienced heartbreak with the cheeseburger song, then he became a more dimensional character.
Well, I was also like, Mr. Lunt, the Khrushchev of the VeggieTale world. Maybe.
For further reading, Death of Stalin by.
Yeah. That was this episode was like
back to the classic era.
My last note was they're not going to crucify him, are they?
No. They don't do that.
Poor Louis.
So yeah, all around a classic. Kev, what did you think of the toy that saved Christmas?
Oh, I never saw it. What? I was supposed to watch it before this?
What have you been talking about?
Which one is that one?
Oh, also at the end, sorry, not to deviate, but at the end, the kids presumably overcome their like Buzzsaw Louie obsession, but the community gets their own Buzzsaw Louie, right?
To share. And he becomes like intrinsic, but at the end, no one gets their own individual Buzzsaw Louis, which I said I was going to tie it back to the Hanukkah special of Rugrats, okay? Which we did not watch for this, but I would always teach it in my classroom around Hanukkah. We would watch Lights, we would watch An American Tail, and we would watch the Rugrats Hanukkah special, which I say is the best Hanukkah special that there is. A lot of the Hanukkah specials that came out around the time, it was very much like the Even Stevens one, right? And the Told by Ginger one, where a character finds out that they have one Jewish parent, so they're going to like split the holidays. And it always included Christmas, and it was always like a shared thing, right? And the reason, and that's fine, whatever. The reason that the Rugrats special stood out so much was because Hanukkah takes the main stage. Christmas does not share the stage with it, right? And they tell the story of Hanukkah. They tell, the story of the Maccabees and the rededication of the temple. And the whole time, Angelica wants to watch the Cynthia Christmas special. And that's the whole thing the entire time. She's trying so hard to go and watch this Christmas special. And it very much like mirrors the story of Hanukkah in like the baby's real world, where she's like trying so hard to like watch this Christmas special in the synagogue and no one's letting her, and she's so upset about it. And she's trying to like find out like why no one's letting her watch this Christmas special, which was like pretty bold of Nickelodeon to do, that she can't watch it. And it's like, here's why: because you don't get to watch it tonight. That's not the point tonight. You can have your Christmas special, Angelica, but tonight's Hanukkah. And the character Angelica isn't Jewish. So like part of her like not being able to understand why it's so important that she can't
Like, why does this matter to people? And, you know, the community and the babies and grandpa or the grandfather are like, because, you know, we're talking about how like our people tonight won, right? Like we won tonight. Like we rededicated our temple, and this is like a time to celebrate Hanukkah. It's the time to celebrate Jewishness and like our identity and our culture, and you're participating in it as like kind of an outsider, but also like this is still your family, you know. And at the end, she does not get to watch the special. She never gets to watch it. But it doesn't matter at the end because she's kind of learned the lesson. She's like, yeah, it doesn't matter tonight. And I think a lot of like Christmas episodes, Hanukkah episodes, there is kind of that commentary on consumerism. There's kind of that commentary on the culture at large and like the culture's like idea for like what this holiday means and what it needs to be. But like at the end of this, the kids don't get their ultimate goal. And at the end of the Hanukkah special of Rugrats, the kids don't, like Angelica doesn't get her ultimate goal.
So yes,
good luck, Bob.
Yeah, unrelated. How much do you think we commissioned Finn to record a cover of "Good Luck, Babe," but "Good Luck, Bob" in one of his voices?
Oh my gosh. I think he would pay you guys to let him do it.
We would make it an outro of our show.
Yeah, every week instead of the.
Yeah.
I've been digging the ska as the outro, but I feel like that's just for me.
Oh, that was a Larry Boy theme song.
I know, but I like it.
Well,
It's good.
Kevin, thank you for joining us.
Yes.
Thank you for going.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. It's been fun.
Thank you for going along with us and enabling us.
Yeah, of course.
That's what we need. I bought yesterday at the Christmas market. I bought Michael a comically sized pipe and
church warden pipe.
I feel like we're really becoming ourselves. I bought an Upshanka. So we've really been. This is the season of enabling.
Yeah.
We've become our worst selves.
Yeah.
In the past 24 hours, and we appreciate you helping with that. So.
Well, hey, I love you guys at your worst.
Thank you.
I love you at your worst, and I deserve you at your best.
And you've only had our worst.
Dance with me, Lampy. Dance with me.
Yes. This is our villainous dance.
Well, thank you. We're gonna light a menorah candle here.
We are.
Do you want to light it before the end of the show?
Yeah, sure. I'll light it. I feel like I can't get up. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is gonna go out way later, but we are recording this on the second night.
You pretend that there's more candles or something. I don't know. Okay. No, it's backwards.
The second crazy night.
It is the second crazy night. It's been a little crazy over here. Okay.
That's a technical foul.
It's a technical foul.
Liz, what are your thoughts on 8 Crazy Nights?
I don't think I've watched that since high school. And I'm like, I know I've seen it. And I'm like, I so genuinely really don't have any memory of it. So maybe I'll watch it tonight.
I'm just so glad to be familiar. Yeah. I'm just so glad to be more familiar with a piece of non-VeggieTales media than you guys.
Yeah. That's a technical foul. Yeah, I last time I watched it, I think I was like 15, and it's so like kind of out of my mind's eye. Like
you watched it when it came out, and then never again.
Yeah. Like I watch An American Tail every Hanukkah. That's like that's my Hanukkah tradition, is to watch An American Tail. And I have this
That's dope.
I have this little like blue corduroy hat that I wear on like bad hair days sometimes, and I put it on. I go to leave the house, and my partner he'll call out to me. He'll go, "Fievel," and I'll go, "Papa, Papa." And then I take the hat off for a second. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't wear this out in public. I look like a little immigrant mouse. All right. Well, Fievel, this one's for you. All right. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu, Noshel Hanukkah. And candle 1, candle 2. You're not, halakhically, you're not supposed to do what I'm about to do to get the shamash to stay up, but I also don't want to burn my house down, so. Sorry.
Watch out.
Yeah. Okay, got 2. I need to get the right candles for the menorah. I don't have the right candles for it. I felt like it would be on theme. I have a menorah that is banana shaped. It looks like a banana. The shamash is the stem. And then the candles are the like banana. And I was like, this is the perfect VeggieTales podcast menorah. But it is very hard to find candles for it. It is not like a generic sized menorah. It's got like a specialty. You gotta get like I don't know. I gotta find what's gonna fit. All right.
Here, okay.
There you go. You guys can cut out on me for a second, but you're back now.
Very, very trying. But Kev, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
We're gonna end the podcast recording
Yes, thank you for having me.
portion. Remember,
God made you special.
And he loves you very
very
much.
much. Goodbye.
goodbye.
Bye.